The nature of being is not something that can be held like an object or captured like a photograph. It is more like a silent depth beneath all experience, always present yet never fully seen. When we ask what truly exists, we are not merely asking about things in the world, but about the very ground that allows anything to appear at all. In this sense, existence is not a possession of things, but the condition that makes things possible. Reality is not exhausted by what the senses deliver. What we call the physical world may be only the surface of a far deeper structure, one that cannot be measured but only inferred through the persistence of consciousness itself. If everything we perceive changes, yet awareness remains, then perhaps awareness is closer to being than anything it observes. Time does not flow like a river moving forward. Rather, it may be the mind that constructs the sense of flow from a series of present moments. The past is no longer present except as memory, and the future is not yet present except as anticipation. What remains constant is the present itself, a point without width, yet containing the entire experience of existence. To ask why there is something rather than nothing is to step beyond the limits of ordinary explanation. It is a question that does not seek an answer within the world, but about the world as a whole. In that sense, metaphysics begins where science ends, not because it contradicts science, but because it asks a different kind of question. Not how things work, but why there is a there at all for anything to work within. Consciousness cannot be treated as a mere byproduct of matter without assuming what it seeks to explain. For every observation of the brain, there is still the unobservable fact of being the one who observes. This inner perspective is not an illusion, because even the recognition of illusion requires a subject who is aware. Reality is not something we enter like a room. It is something we are already immersed in before any thought begins. Every attempt to describe the world assumes a position outside it, yet no such outside exists. We are always already within being, and all knowledge is an interpretation of what cannot be stepped beyond. In this sense, existence is not an object of understanding, but the very condition that makes understanding possible at all. What we call matter may not be solid in the way it appears, but a network of interactions that only becomes real through observation and measurement. If observation is required for definition, then reality is not independent of perception. This raises a deeper question. Is the universe structured in itself, or does structure emerge through the act of experiencing it? The mind does not simply reflect reality like a mirror. It participates in shaping what reality becomes for us. Every perception is already interpretation, filtered through memory, language, and expectation. Thus, what we call objective truth may be a stabilized agreement between countless subjective perspectives, rather than a final, independent fact. There is a strange paradox in existence. The more deeply we analyze reality, the more it seems to dissolve into abstraction. Particles become probabilities, certainty becomes approximation, and solid objects become fields of energy. At the deepest level, reality appears less like a collection of things and more like a dynamic unfolding of possibilities. Consciousness cannot be fully located within the physical world because every attempt to locate it presupposes it. It is the silent witness behind every measurement, every thought, every doubt. Even the idea of non-existence is known only through awareness. Therefore, awareness is not just one phenomenon among others. It is the space in which all phenomena appear. Time is often imagined as a straight line stretching from past to future, but this may be a project.